How was the holiday?
Tickling. The stones were warm.
So you came
The
from under the
beach.
bed after all.
I came from under the bed and I found myself lying on the beach in Devon. You wouldn't believe. I took my toes and I tested the temperature of the water. It was real cold, but I went in. I broke history. You wouldn't believe this. I couldn't live here for 21 years and not try the seawater.
Right, I don't blame you.
And I feel good.
But you still look tired, though, you know.
No, man. Don't
You
look
do,
at
Alex.
Oh, you could look so deeply into my eyes. And
You didn't hear that. You didn't hear that, right?
right.
I'll start with my what's on.
Right.
The Newham Community Relations Council have a show and dance on Saturday the 15th. It starts at 8:30 and you'll be entertained by Zagada plus popular disco sounds. Tickets cost £2 in advance or £2.50 at the door. And the buses that you can get to get you there is 69, 58, 23, 40 or 15. And the trains, British Rail only.
I have one here, the 3rd Republic Day, Trinidad and Tobago Republic Day, 17th year of the Independent Festival. They're holding a dance, gala, dance, cabaret, buffet, all at Mount Royal Hotel, Marble Arch, W1. That would be on Saturday, the 22nd of September. If you would like tickets, I don't think I've got the numbers right here with me today. Nevertheless, the bands that would be on display there, or the bands that would be playing, and there's music by steel bands, including New Sensation and Zagada. Disco Sunshine Sounds.
At the Riverside Studios, the Black Theatre Cooperative presents Welcome Home Jacko. This is a play by Mustafa Matura. Now, the play ends on the 15th of September, and Riverside Studios is at Crisp Road, Hammersmith, London, West 6.
I have an added note here because they rang me up saying that on Sunday they'll be putting on an extra performance to help raise funds for the hurricane disaster in St. Vincent.
Oh, that is fabulous.
So if you would like to go on Sunday, here
the box office number is 748 3354, and that's Riverside Studios.
Right. I have The Forests of Africa, Their Value to Man and Destruction by Man. That will be a talk there at the Africa Center by Robert Plumtree of the Commonwealth Forestry Institute of Oxford. Joint meeting with RAS. Africa Center is at 38 King Street, WC2, and that will be taking place on Monday, the 17th of September.
The Jamaica High Commission are having a Jamaican evening. This is tomorrow night, Friday the 14th of September, at the Jamaica High Commission, 50 St James's Street, London, Southwest 1. There'll be folk songs, poetry recitals, rum punch and patties. The telephone number for the Jamaica High Commission is 499-8600, and the donations of £2.50 for each ticket will go towards the Jamaica stall at the Commonwealth Countries League of Fairs.
A meeting of Dominicans, don't forget this. The High Commission is expected to see many people at St. Thomas Hall, that's Lancaster Road, at St. Anthony's Hall, Lancaster Road, Upton Park, East 7. That's on Sunday the 16th at 5 p.m. Last one from you.
The Afro-Caribbean Post presents the Golden Sunshine Award for 79. This is on September the 29th from 7 p.m. until 2. Now, Alex has gone through this so many times this week, but the reason I'm telling you this is that there is a nomination ballot for the artist that you like. There's so many headings, so many different types of people you can vote for, and they have to have the nominations in by September the 24th. So you've got to have your nomination in to the Caribbean Post before the 24th of September. And the address is the Afro-Caribbean Post, 5 Gretham Road, Stockwell, SW9.
Well, that's so much where What's On is concerned. Today we'll take just a little bit of the music break while you will be back to talk to the last guest of the day.
About a film. There's a new film in town. And I have a young lady called Camanee here, and she's going to tell me about it. Before I go into that, Camanee, you belong to a group called
Carig.
Carig. Can you tell me a little bit about Carig and how long has this organization been going?
Yes, Carig is a committee against repression in Guyana. We started in July after we heard of the brothers who were arrested in the Referendum 5. There were Rupert Rupnarine, Rodney, Cormier Pate, Omar Wali and Karen D'Souza. We felt there was a need for an organization in this country to help for the media and press to know about what's happening in Guyana.
Now back to the film. Who made this film?
The film was made by a Victor Hara collective, a collective which involves Guyanese, Caribbean and American film writers. The director of the film is Rupert Rupnarine, who was also arrested in July.
And the film, of course, is called The Terror and the Time. Now, where is this film being shown?
The Terror and the Time is being shown at the Gate Cinema, Notting Hill Gate, on Sunday the 16th at 12:30.
There's also a meeting that you've got going on somewhere as well.
Before we go into the meeting, can I tell you a little bit more about the film, The Terror and the Time? The Terror and the Time Part 1 is on colonialism. It is the story of the Guyanese people's struggle for independence and self-determination.
Relax, it's okay, you know. Don't worry about it. You're doing very well.
About the meeting, Carig is holding a public meeting on September the 21st at the Milan Centre, Trinity Road in Tooting. Also, we've had some news from Guyana, which arrived today, about Walter Rodney and 6 others who have been rearrested in Guyana.
For those people who haven't heard, because we've gone through this arrest before, but some people who don't know about Walter Rodney, can you tell us what's happening in Guyana?
Well, sister, you don't feel like going up here. Nevertheless, the film will be, let's leave that part of it, the film will be taking place.
Yes, and it's on at the Gate Cinema, Notting Hill Gate, and that's on Sunday the 16th of September, and it starts at 12:30, and it costs £1, but that's in a form of a donation. So you're not paying to get in, but you're helping towards Carig. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
I've never seen you so tickling yourself.
But I have one for you, Alex. Before I finish,
Yeah.
there's something that you have got to know. I had a phone call a few minutes ago from Auntie Gwen. I'm sure you remember Auntie Gwen.
Yesterday we put out the number.
Yes, she gave me a brief rundown of her situation, and she said to thank Alex from the bottom of her heart because she found Dorothy Gordon. In fact, when she rang me just now, she was actually speaking with her. So, Alex, your day's work is done.
Is that so?
Absolutely correct.
I wish it was.
So, Auntie Gwen, I'm glad you found your niece.
And it's like saying, if there is anyone who would like us to put others in contact with your lost friends or family and so on, you can always drop us a line. Postcards get to me easier because we get a lot of letters. And whatever you have, again, the phone calls are so many in the day now that I'm asking people, though I don't reply to your letters, please could you drop me a line with whatever you want to put out on the program or questions you'd like to ask. And remember, if you've got a telephone, it's so easy for Alex to take up a telephone and reply back to you. I want to finish tonight because I noticed there is someone here who is in love. She said, nobody loves Alex. That's not true. I lie. Well, this is... especially for a lot of the folk behind closed doors, because I understand you follow the program and we like to know that people remember you outside here. For you, tomorrow I'll be back. It's very difficult to say whether I'll be able to cover the South African discussion because it's not easy to get an interview across that side, but hopefully to talk about the situation with the forthcoming talks that is going on here. Before we say goodnight, I've got the last track. I've picked a track for you from Reggae Disco 45. Otherwise, they'll say, Alex only played all Calypso here tonight. No, I want to be nice. I think it's called I Love. I love you so. I seem to be dealing on love all evening. And it's got a lot of love, and it's got a lot of emotion. Good night.
Are you going to say anything, or are you just going to sit there?
I'll talk
Oh, you
to
are going
David
to say
Simmons.
something.
No, I was sitting here because I was watching how you were fiddling about and getting in, you see, so I was sitting there saying, well, will time beat David?
Oh, I see, yeah. Well, it is 8 o'clock.
No, I'm giving
Well, you've had your hour, you know.
Yeah, you can have it now.
How are you? Where were you last week?
Some people say I was under the bed.
Oh, really? That's a new one for you. Under the bed.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Is that last night in the
What, is this the last one?
program?
Well, I haven't checked the radio times and nobody's said anything, so I don't know. But I'm going to the Bahamas next week.
You lucky fellow. What are you doing there?
Oh, it's the anniversary of the independence. So I'm taking my shorts and my suit.
I mean, would you like to take a flea in your boot?
See you, Alex.
Night.
as I stood outside my window, I heard my wife talking on the telephone, telling her man to come on over. From the outside looking in, he used to be my friend, but now he's just a man in my house. Oh, in my house. Yeah, yeah. There I was, y'all, standing outside my house with all this carrying on inside. Oh, yeah. I made up my mind to do what I had to do. Went around to my back door to try to get in my house, try to catch this man making love to my wife. From my bedroom door, I could hear the moaning. When I got a little closer, I could hear the groaning. I walked in the bedroom, right up to the bed, took my gun out my pocket, put it up to his head. She looked up and said, "Don't shoot the man." She said, "Don't shoot the man." From the outside looking in, he used to be my friend, but now he's just a dead man in my house. I shot the man. Oh, yes, I did, y'all. 'Cause I caught him in my house, making love to my wife. That's the way it was, y'all. Right there in my bedroom, and I'm standing on the outside, didn't know what to do. Hey, with my gun in my pocket, now you see what I've done. I'm in a whole lot of trouble. Lord, I better run. Hey, hey, I gotta get away. I gotta get out of town. Ooh, Lord, I better not hang around.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little spark plugs, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little spark plugs, 7 little, 8 little worn out spark plugs, wasting gas and power. Check those worn out spark plugs, check and change to champion spark plugs. Champion spark plugs, they'll save gas and power.
You know, a spark plug check is the quickest, easiest way to find out if your engine is performing its best. By merely looking at your spark plugs, your serviceman can tell if your engine is overheating or using too much oil and gas. He can get an idea if your ignition system is okay, too. So have your plugs checked today. And if you need new ones, get new Champions, the world's favorite spark plug. With a set of new Champions, you'll get an immediate boost in power, better mileage, too.
1 little, 2 little, 3 little champions, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little champions, 7 little, 8 little champions, spark plugs, they'll save gas and power.
Let's go back in time now to hear one of the hottest hits of just a few months ago. It's Bo Diddley and Say Man. It's great to hear some of the old records occasionally because it brings back those memories of the things that were happening in your life at the time. For instance, when Bo Diddley made that record, I can remember something that was happening to me. I would go over to see this chick just about every night, and, oh, you read about it in the newspapers. Oh, well, that was Bo Diddley and an oldie from a couple of months ago, Say Man. And this is Hunter Hancock, OLHH, and you're listening to Huntin' with Hunter, the best in rhythm and blues records, heard every night, Monday through Saturday, from 6 to 9 p.m. on the original 24-hour station, KGFJ, Los Angeles.
Yeah, down in that low down Hollywood. 3 in a row, plus the opener, which was 3 bells. Very nice. Byron Lee and the Dragonairs. And that's going to be the pattern tonight as last week, because this is the last show. Mainly oldies, almost exclusively oldies. Also played Say Man by Bo Diddley. That's from an album called Crusin, 1959. Came out in 1970. And it was either a real or make-believe air check from station KGFJ, which has always been one of the big rhythm and blues stations in Los Angeles. And the album is hosted by a guy called Hunter Hancock. Say Man, Bo Diddley, love it. Also, Roy C. From the Outside Looking In, who used to be my friend. 8:14 and a half with Dave Simmons on a Thursday evening, the last of Soul 79. 3 more in a row. First of all, Soul Clapping by Junior Walker, which never got anywhere. I liked the album, but not many other people did. After that, Doug Psalm, Girls Today Don't Like to Sleep Alone. It's not blues and it's not soul, but I felt it was right, so I put it in. And this, Slim Harpo, and Baby Scratch My Back. 8:23, 3 more coming up. Guitar Junior and The Train and the Horse. Before that, Johnny Otis Once, Breakaway. And before that, Bill Withers, Use Me. 8:35 with Dave Simmons, Soul 79. We're playing 3 in a row, and most of them are oldies tonight.